Hey everybody, welcome to my driving video. Just wanted to give you a very quick glimpse at how beautiful this MKX is that we're going to be driving. Silver metallic outside and it's black leather inside. 2010 MKX. It's in beautiful shape. You can watch my much more detailed walk around video of this in great detail on my channel, and it will be right next to this video, but we're gonna hop right in here and go for a drive in this MKX. The actual color name of the outside of this is called Ingot. Ingot Metallic. And I didn't quite really know what that word was, so I had to look it up. But that's the color name, and ingot stands for a block of steel, gold, or silver, typically oblong in shape, or any other metal. So there you go. If you didn't know, now you know. So this is a 2010. This has 174,000 miles. I know this car intimately. I know this car better than a lot of other cars that I review and offer you my exceptional driving videos and commentary and thoughts and feedback and care and concern for what I think of a car. And that's what we're going to do with this one. But I've got a lot of personal knowledge about this because this was my partner's car for the past 4 years and a few months and about 40,000 miles. I've driven it plenty over that time, and it's been a fantastic car. These MKXs have a die-hard reputation for going a lot more mileage than this has. They are very, very low maintenance cars, low cost of ownership, superb reliability, and when something does break, they're inexpensive to fix. And I mean, it is just a Ford Edge and most of its hard parts underneath, but being the Lincoln version, and it is much nicer, quieter, and has a lot more nice standard features than it would if it was just the Edge. So I'm gonna zoom that out a little more. We're gonna drive on some city streets and then hit the freeway a little bit, a few miles of each, and just tell you how great this is. I'm not afraid to tell you things that I don't like about a car because a lot of people do watch my videos looking at them and gonna look at a car like this in their home state or city or country, and they enjoy to watch my videos and hear me talk about what I like or what I don't like, or things that they may not have known about the car. I'm grateful for that. I ask you guys to give a thumbs up if you like what I do, subscribe to my channel, hit that bell, ring that bell, whatever they say. Leave comments. Use the comments as a discussion board amongst yourselves and to me. I love to read your comments and see what people have to say. If you own a car like this and you want to chime in and say something about yours and say something that could help other people, feel free. This has the huge panoramic vista roof, and this is a lot of car for the money. This one is because I know what a great car it is, but buying one of these in general, if you can find one that's got good maintenance and a good pedigree and a good history, I would highly recommend it. There aren't many cars that I'm going to work with, if you've followed my channel for a while, that I'm going to say I wouldn't recommend buying one of these, but like Ferris Bueller said, if you can spare the change or spare the coin, I would highly recommend you pick one up. So, yeah, I mean, for under $10,000 to get one of these that has, decent mileage. The mileage on this is very on the low side for its age and years on the road. So 174,000 miles, it works out to about 12,500 miles per year. It's actually on the lower side of the national averages on this. My partner's owned it for 4 years and had 40,000, a little over 40,000 miles worth of driving, and it really, as I mentioned on the walk around video, it hasn't had any big problems, except for most of the maintenance has been regular maintenance, oil changes, fluids, filters, just basic stuff, brakes. I talked about all that in the walk around video. Great acceleration, by the way. But the only larger maintenance item has been the water pump, which, as I talked about in the walk around video, it's extremely common on Ford Edges and MKXs of this time period and of this 3.5 liter engine. And if you have one and it hasn't happened to you, it's not a matter of if it'll happen, it's a matter of when, because it really is that common to happen. This one was very fortunate. It started leaking on us right before we were going on a trip, and we saw the drips on the garage floor, so the engine never overheated. Got it to Evans Automotive. I mentioned on my other video, a fantastic shop here in Columbus, Ohio that has a stellar reputation for working on all types of cars, particularly import cars, but all types of cars. And they did the water pump and associated gaskets, thermostat, new bolts, a whole slew of small parts. Everything was made new, and it just made sense to replace the timing chains at the same time, which if you need to do that on yours, I would recommend, because there's basically no additional labor. You replace the timing chains, you've got fresh timing chain set, and the water pump. That total job I mentioned on the walk around video was about $3,500, so it wasn't cheap, but it was the largest repair and the most common and kind of expected repair. I knew it would happen at some point, so it wasn't unexpected. But now that it's been done, and been done with quality Ford genuine parts and by a trusted, credible shop, this particular car will never have to worry about it again. Steering wheel is arrow straight. The brakes are perfect because they're brand new. I mentioned on the walk around video, literally the front and rear brake pads, rotors, calipers are all brand new. The fronts were just done not even a couple hundred miles ago. The rears were done, I think it was about 10,000 miles ago, but they basically have zero wear because rear brakes wear so slowly, as I talked about in the walk around video. But the brakes are perfect and true because they're brand new. The brake fluid was just flushed with doing the front brake job. The engine air filter was replaced. The cabin air filter was replaced. The oil was changed. So it is smooth. It is quiet. It has great acceleration. It has, I think, excellent visibility. I'm looking out front while I give you this perspective look. Excellent visibility, I think. There is a little bit of a blind spot, but it is pretty minor. And as I talked about on my other video, if you, as the driver, really get in tune with and really use, I'm pointing while I'm looking out front, those little blind spot mirrors in the upper corners of these mirrors. This car does not have the blind spot monitor in the sense of lighting up the little thing in the mirror like a newer one might, okay? But I'm telling you that blind spot mirror, if you get used to using it and looking in it, you will not miss a car being in the blind spot if there's one there. It's one of the greatest things on this vehicle. These are also auto dimming and heated mirrors on the outside. And that should be standard equipment on cars that don't have blind spot on newer stuff, because those mirrors are so handy and helpful, and you won't miss if somebody's in the blind spot. But on that note, for a young driver or first-time driver, I think this would be an excellent car for that person. Blind spot mirrors, backup beepers. It doesn't have a camera, but it does have the backup beep, 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 and it gets beep, 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 you know, as you get closer to something. Airbags in the front, airbags on the side, traction control, anti-lock brakes, great visibility, great seating position. I think this is a great car for a first-time driver or a younger-ish driver. So, matter of fact, my partner was about 21 when he started driving this, and now he's 25. So he enjoyed it so much. If anybody is going to ask, I'll go ahead and tell you. He bought a newer one of these now that he could afford to spend a little more money, so he graduated right up and got a newer one, but there's actually certain things about this one that he still likes over the newer one. Fantastic steering wheel. I love the thickness of the steering wheel. I love this black, brown, dark tortoise, zebra kind of colored wood that's in here. I don't know what they call this, but that's what I call it. But I like the steering wheel. I like the thickness. I like the points to hold on to. Also for the young driver, Bluetooth audio, Bluetooth phone, keeps them entertained, keeps their hands off their phones. Yeah, steering wheel controls for all of that media, volume, seek. It's got voice command. You can push here and give it voice command, tell it to go to Bluetooth audio. You can answer the phone and hang up, so keeps a young driver, you know, not playing with their phone. It has two master keys. This is the remote start. It has an aftermarket CompuStar remote start system. You can remote start it with this fob right here. This vehicle also has a drone installed. So for the parent that wants to watch their kid, that might consider to buy this for their kid or a young driver, if you subscribe to the drone service, it also has location tracking. So you can track the vehicle, you can see where it's at, you can see when it gets turned on and turned off. You can remote start it from the app, literally anywhere. You could be in Florida and remote start the car here in beautiful Ohio. You can change the temperature on the climate control from the drone app. You can see what the interior temperature is in the vehicle so that you can adjust the temperature accordingly. You can even open the power tailgate. So the drone feature is pretty nice. You do have to pay for that service, but it's not much. And if you want to keep a lookout on your kids and watch where they're at, it might be a good idea. So that's my tidbit about that. It's really quiet. It's really nice. I'm very comfortable in these seats. Of course, I don't have the heated or the cooled on right now because I don't want the sound of the fan on this video. But the heated and cooled seats in these vehicles work fantastic. It gets really hot and it gets really cold. They are some of the best heated and cooled seats I've ever experienced. Audi is one of the worst for cooling anyway, basically non-existent in the ones I've experienced. That's probably the worst I can think of, but these are the hottest and the coldest. A lot of European cars, the heated seats get really hot, like Audi gets really hot, Mini Cooper's really hot, but these get equally scorchingly hot. When you have it on, there's 3 levels down there on that button, and when you have it on level 3, you have to start turning it down pretty quickly. So this has adaptive headlights. As I go around these roundabouts, it makes me think of that. This has adaptive headlights, so again, a nice feature for anybody who's going to drive this, if you are looking at one or this one that has it. But if you were going around this roundabout at night, as soon as you start to pitch the steering wheel to the left, those headlights are starting to look to the left. So the headlights like see around the curve before you even come around the curve. It's really wild. A lot of newer cars have it, a lot of fancy cars have it, but it is some pretty cool technology. That BMW right there might have it, but it's very neat, it's very helpful, it's very nice, and once you get used to it, you get spoiled by it because you can kind of see around the corner before you actually make the corner. Very nice. So this is an ultimate package. I guess I should clarify that and say that for people that are shopping. This is an ultimate package car, which is why it has that. So not every MKX most likely is going to have that. So you'd have to verify if it has ultimate package with adaptive lighting if you're looking for that feature. The window sticker on this vehicle was over $42,000 when it was new. And that's why I say it's a lot of car for the money, because $42,000, I don't care how old it is, it's still good looking. Who cares? Who cares? You know, everybody needs to get over spending a fortune on cars. This is just as good a car as a brand new car, in my opinion, and a lot less money and just as reliable, and what a value. great value and great looks. I love the look of this. My partner still thinks there's certain aspects of this that are better looking than the newer one. The light bar on the back is probably one of the most trademarked symbols on the back of this that I love, that does not exist on the newer ones. But when you're coming up behind this at night, like that Escape in front of us, if you saw that Lincoln light bar across the back, you know that it's a Lincoln. Whether you know it's an MKX or a town car or whatever it is, it's unmistakably Lincoln. So here we are on the freeway. We're going to go a few miles. We're going 75 miles per hour right now. You can see that steering wheel still just perfectly straight. It's nice and quiet in here. Please subscribe if you like what I do. Hit the bell, subscribe, give a thumbs up, leave your comments. I appreciate each and every one of you for saying something and giving some feedback. But see the seat height, see how, I mean, I'm about chest level here with the camera, but just real nice visibility out and over the car. A very short hood, so not much to worry about out front as far as a young driver would be concerned. You know, easy to see out of and park and manage. Such a manageable size vehicle. If you're tall, leg room and headroom is ample. I'm just under 6'1", and I've got plenty of headroom from my head to the ceiling, probably about 4 inches. I've got my feet propped here. I've got lots of leg room, and I don't even have the seat all the way back. You can see there, just plenty of room. I'm very comfortable driving this car. Very, very comfortable. $25 miles to the gallon is the freeway fuel mileage rating, and it is accurate. That is what this will get on an all freeway trip. The net average usually on this is about low 20s for the combination of city and highway, 21, 21.5, 22, so somewhere in there, which really isn't bad at all. Prior to my partner's ownership, this was owned for about a 5-year, no, longer than that. That was longer than 5 years. 2000, I think it was about 8 years and about 50 plus, a little over 50,000 miles. Was owned by an older couple. But the man of the couple is a master ASC certified mechanic for 35, almost 40 years. So he was impeccable about taking care of and maintaining this vehicle and doing everything as it was called for and on time, and just making sure it was always up to snuff and top notch, because this was actually his wife's vehicle. So as they say, right? Happy wife, happy life. I just set the cruise control. You can see, maybe not with the sun, but there's a little green indicator over here on the right showing that the cruise control is engaged. I don't have my feet on the pedals. I'm still looking out front. And we're cruising at 70 miles per hour. Cruise works great. Accelerate the cruise right there. And it works like it should. For this size, this engine is, for this sized vehicle, this engine is plenty, it really is plenty of power. When we get back on this freeway, I'll give it a little more to get up to speed on the freeway and show you, but I have never felt that this is underpowered in any way. Comparatively, if I was going to own a Ford Escape, since they came with 4 cylinders and 6 cylinders, I don't think I would want to own one with a 4-cylinder, because I think those are a little underpowered, even though it's smaller and lighter than this. I'm pushing the brake pedal pretty hard. Brakes are nice and smooth. I mean, I guess I don't really need to demonstrate that. There we go, nice and hard to slow down. Brakes are perfect, as they should be, because again, brand new. So much car for the money. I gave a little teaser hint on my walk around video, so I'll go ahead and give it now. My next video is also going to be on a Lincoln. My previous video on my channel to this was a Lincoln Navigator that we reviewed and presented. That was very nice and very low mileage for its age. This is a beautiful Lincoln. I love the brand. I love the mark. The next one is going to be a black on black town car. I love town cars. I personally own a town car. I love town cars. Let's give it a little more gas here. Here we go. Plenty of power. 65, 70 miles per hour before even getting to the curve of that on-ramp. It does just fine. You're never going to think that this is underpowered at all, unless you are used to driving a race car. This has got plenty of power. Anyway, next video, little sneak comment will be about a gorgeous low mileage black on black Lincoln Town Car Signature Series with a factory sunroof, which is just a rarity in all ways. And it's a remarkable, beautiful car. All right, so here we are, 75 miles per hour, almost 80 miles per hour. I'm gonna speed it up to 80 a little bit. It rides and rolls just perfectly smooth. There we are at 80 miles an hour. In the walk around video, I gave a little more detail and showed the tires on this, which are Pirelli Scorpions, and they're a little more than half worn, but they've still got plenty of time, and they clearly ride and roll perfectly smooth. They are perfectly quiet. They're all nice and evenly worn, so no issues there. Thanks for joining and riding along, you guys. If you've made it all the way through from beginning till now, thank you. I very much appreciate how many people like to watch my videos and my reviews and my thoughts and commentary and my sharing with the world what I think of all these different cars. So I love it. I love that you guys like to hear about it and ride along and watch. So speaking of watch, I love watches. Try to wear a different watch in every video. You may have noticed. Oop, big bump. Hard to demonstrate here, but again, if you're used to looking at that blind spot mirror, so easy to see. Like that CRV we just passed, I can see him in the normal mirror, but I can see him in the blind spot mirror as well on that side. And as you go by a car like the Kia we just passed, I can see that Kia in that mirror the entire time, both of the mirrors. So those blind spot mirrors are just priceless, just definitely worth their weight. 75 right here. Love the steering wheel, love the comfort of the steering wheel, love the feel of the steering wheel. It's a little windy today here too, and it's a very, very quiet cabin. Even with the huge sunroof, it is very, very quiet, great insulation. It's one of the things that make it different than an Edge. Like when someone says, oh, that's just an Edge, or someone looks at an Escalade and says, oh, that's just a Tahoe. It is to some degree, but there's a lot more that goes into the luxury end of the vehicles in all the automakers to make the higher end version worth its price tag. There's better insulation, there's better ride quality systems in place so that it gives a nicer, quieter, more luxurious ride because you're paying for it. So, as it should. Let's see if we get caught at this light or not. Nope. I even don't mind the sound of the turn signal clicker. Some cars I can't stand the sound that they make, but this one's not bad. Jaguars are probably one of the weirdest ones. They sound like metal lids on baby food jars when they ding, 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 ding. They sound like that. Well, I was hoping to stop here at a light, and I was going to show you the window sticker. I showed the window sticker for this vehicle in my walk around video. There we go. There's a red light. Oh, I don't want to be, I'm not driving through that water. Here's the original window sticker for this very vehicle. So as you can see right there, on right here where we're at, ultimate package with adaptive lights, ambient lighting, cargo management, 18-inch polished aluminum wheels. There's the panoramic vista roof. $42,000 when it was new. There's the fuel mileage, and then there's the standard equipment right there. And there's that weird color name, Ingot Metallic. Come on. So that's a copy of the original sticker. I am waiting because I'm not driving this super clean. I don't drive clean cars through water, so I will literally go around the water because I'm that weird. I'm going to sign off with this comment if you've made it this far. When I was a kid, my mother cut a cartoon out of the paper. It made me think of it when I saw that water back there. My mother cut a cartoon out of the paper. I think it was the Family Circus, if anybody's old enough to remember the cartoons in the paper that's watching this right now. And I don't remember the characters' names or whatever, but the guy, it shows the guy on the phone, and he says, the caption says, in quotes, like he's speaking, it says, I won't be coming into the office today as my car will get dirty. And I think it showed it raining outside or something, or whatever. The point was, the guy was calling his office to say that he wouldn't be coming in because it was raining and because his car would get dirty. And then the line at the bottom said, with a new car comes a certain period of overprotectiveness. But my mom cut this out and just wrote Nathan across it because it didn't matter. And that's me, if you didn't catch my name in the beginning, Nathan. It doesn't matter to me whether it's new or old or whatever. If it's clean, or it's, look at that beautiful BMW. That's expensive, but waste of money. You know what, big anyway, with any new car or any car that's clean, I want to keep it clean, and I'm not driving through water. So that was the last thing I was going to say, but the other thing I want to say is, I like to joke, you know what BMW stands for? Big money wasted. BMW, big money wasted. I shouldn't say that because there's probably a lot of BMW enthusiasts, but those cars are so expensive new and they take such a huge depreciation. Don't ever, they're very nice cars, but don't ever buy one of those cars brand new, because you can buy that car with 10,000 miles for half of what it costs new. But anyway, there's some car advice for you. Look, that Civic's gonna rear end him. Have a great day, everybody. Subscribe, thumbs up, like, all those things. Leave a comment in the comments. Say something you want to say. I appreciate everybody. Appreciate everything. This MKX is a fantastic vehicle for the money. This would make a great car for anybody. This would make a great car for a young first-time driver. There's plenty of power, plenty of features, plenty of great visibility, cheap, gets great gas mileage, and can use inexpensive 87 octane gas. As we pass the gas station, I'm saying this, 87 octane, can't go wrong, ton of car for the money. Buy this, don't buy one of those. That is the worst brand of car you could possibly own on the planet, that will break your wallet. Land Rover, bad. Not a low cost of ownership. Anyway, I've rambled on enough. Peace. Until next time, have a great day, and thanks for watching, and thanks for joining. Here we are, about where we started. Thank you, everybody. See you next time. Peace. Bye-bye.